Hello, and welcome to another Win Daily Sports Show. My name is Michael Brazil. I got my man Ghost here with me, and we are breaking down the NBA New Year's Eve slate. Ghost man, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, bro. How about you?
It's a good day to be alive, brother. It's a good day to be alive. Happy New Year's to everybody out there. Hopefully you're having a little bit of fun at some point tonight, whether that's on the couch by yourself with a loved one, maybe a small group of friends. We always love doing that. So enjoy it. It's still New Year's Eve. Watch the ball drop. Have all the fun. Ghost, what are you most thankful for 2020?
Just the opportunity that we had with the Win Daily group here. I mean, we saw a lot of people in the industry having to make adjustments, but I'm just proud to be a part of what we're building here. I mean, the shift to esports was an interesting one back in March, and the year absolutely flew by. It feels like just yesterday we were considering being locked down, and the whole world was in shambles. So interesting year to say the least, but just really thankful.
To say the least. It's a crazy year. I'm grateful for the opportunity of speaking to the microphone with people like you and Sticks and Jason and Sia and all the other incredible people over here at Win Daily Sports. So we love each and every one of you. Make sure to follow us at Win Daily Sports on Twitter, at Michael Brazil1 and at DFS_Ghost. If you haven't already, smash that like button. We would appreciate the heck out of you for that. And subscribe. I don't know how you're watching or why you're watching if you haven't subscribed yet, because we put up content pretty much every day at this point. Make sure to go to windailysports.com/chat. You get 7 free days in that expert chat where we talk about sports and help you win money. Doesn't get any easier than that. And today is the last day of our NBA season pass. The articles have been free up to this point. We've been helping you make a lot of money. Ghost said yesterday he went on a 45-minute rant about Kevin Durant. And what happened? Kevin Durant went and showed out. So that's always awesome. But NBA season pass, $150, 7 months. You get everything on the site. Everything on the site, including the projections, which I'm going to be looking at during the show to make sure that all our plays are spick and span. Everything on the site, $150. Go grab it now while you can, because today is the literal last day. So, Ghostman, let's. So we have 2 slates today. We have an early slate because the NBA was nice enough to give us a 3:00 game. So if you haven't already, there's some college football on. You could be watching. You can hop right into NBA, and you can hop right into more college football, and then you can hop right back into the NBA. It's a perfect day for sports. Enjoy it. It's a Thursday, but really, it's kind of a Saturday, which is great. So let us pull up this early slate. Starts at 3:00. We got 2 games on it. Both could be a lot of fun. We have Cleveland and Indianapolis. We have Chicago and Washington. Just saw Chicago, Washington the other day. Scored a bunch of points. Looking for more. Cleveland, Indiana is at 3. Indiana is favored by 7.5. Over under sits at 220. What are you liking from this first game, Ghost Man?
You need to play Andre Drummond in this matchup. Like, you absolutely have to. This guy's going nuts on our model right now, and he's just playing on another planet. So whether he's doing it to boost his trade value or really just doing it from a pride standpoint and looking to secure the bag in the offseason, he's a guy that in this matchup against Miles Turner, he's going to be out there. It's big man versus big man. Miles Turner can do his thing on the defensive end sometimes, but he could also get exploited quite a bit in this matchup. So for me, my lineup starts with Andre Drummond 100%.
I love it. Yeah, looking at the model, he has a projected value of about 5.7. So pretty good. You like to see it, people. You like to. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You'll love to see it, people. You'll love to see it. Anything else from this game? Doesn't seem like it'll be. This one's more of a rock fight kind of game. That second game seems like it's going to be a little bit more fun.
Yeah, you could find a ton of value in this game. With TJ Warren being out there, there's a lot of minutes to be had both in the backcourt and in the wing. Look for Indiana to kind of run as small of a lineup as they can, but they also know that Andre Drummond's on the other side. So you're going to see Miles Turner and Sabonis pretty much out there for every single minute that Andre Drummond is going to be out there. But outside of that, they're going to have to go slightly smaller on the wing and in their backcourt. So it gives a ton of minutes to both Holiday brothers who are popping on the mall right now. Guys like Doug McDermott on the lower end as well.
Dougie McBuckets.
Yeah, Dougie McBuckets. These are guys that, on a traditional slate, they're not exactly the sexiest of names, but it's 2 games. You have to get different. And when we're talking about making sure that your studs have safe enough floors, but also high enough upside, the majority of your upside has to come from these value plays. And the key to a 2-game slate is definitely getting the value plays right. For me, the Holiday brothers and Doug McDermott, you could comfortably locked in. I would say at least 2. 3 might be a bit much because obviously you guys know how much I love playing Malcolm Brogdon and Domantas Sabonis, and I'm not sure if I want to play 5 pacers, but hey, it's a 2-game slate. You got to get different, right? So with everybody thinking that the second game shoots out, if you kind of play it that, hey, there's a lot of inefficient basketball players in that second game, it wouldn't surprise me to end up seeing, Russell Westbrook throwing up a classic 3 for 18 stat line. You could load up on this first game, and it's definitely a way to get different in that alone.
2-game slates are always weird. You always have to kind of play a couple different lineups. They're as close to showdowns as you can get, obviously, with just an extra game in there. So a lot of different ways to get different. That's some English for you guys out there. That is my mastery of the English language. You love to see it. All right, Ghost Man, let's talk about the second game. A little bit more fun. Washington by 6.5 at home. Over under 237. We literally just saw this game a couple nights ago, if I'm not mistaken. The NBA is trying to condense the amount of travel, as we saw with Milwaukee and the Heat. The last 2 nights playing just back to back, essentially. The NBA is trying to do that as much as possible. Oh, hey, Drea, what's up, McGee?
Gotta check the model.
Gotta check the model, Jay. You know that by now. As we were talking about, wait, that's pretty funny. Ben, did you win money last night? Tell us if you won money last night. I think you did. Your lineup sounded pretty good when we were when Ghostman was helping you construct it. So let us know, man. So yeah, talk to me about this second game. It's a little different, a little bit more, a little faster, a little more up-paced. Last time they did this, it was a little bit of a blowout, if I'm not mistaken. Did one of these teams win by like 20, something like that? It felt like I don't remember. So I honestly don't remember.
I'm pretty sure Chicago ended up winning by 8 or 9. I think I'd have to check. But
yeah, Drea won money. Ben won $55. Hell yeah, Ben! Get ready to win even more today, baby. Let's do it.
For the second game, it's a little. It's frustrating for me to not want to play Thomas Bryant in this matchup. Chicago front court is always something that I love to target, and you can actually even target them at the guard spot now too. You could target this defense all over the place because. We keep on saying it. Losing Chris Dunn in the offseason, Thomas Satoransky is still recovering from injury, and it's a very short offseason for guys, so they're still getting into the groove of things. You could attack the Chicago defense any which way you want now, but it remains to me that I always love targeting Wendell Carter Jr. on the defensive side of the ball. Unfortunately for Thomas Bryant, Russell Westbrook is literally jumping over this guy to grab rebounds to pad his stats. I was watching the game. And it was so frustrating because I have Thomas Bryant in my season longs. Obviously, we talked about him as a breakout candidate this season. He's a guy that's really efficient on the offensive end. So not a lot of people are going to end up playing guys in this $6,000 range. You're going to end up seeing people trying to jam in guys like Andre Drummond, guys like Domantas Sabonis, Russ, Beal, Zach LaVine, any one of these guys. And this 6K range is kind of getting overlooked a little bit. So if you're not playing Andre Drummond, I recommend that you do. But if you're not, Thomas Bryant would be my center there. But unfortunately, on this slate, I'm going to be underweight just because of the fact that Russell Westbrook is literally climbing this guy's back to end up grabbing his rebounds. So that for me is going to be a little bit of a fade that definitely caps his upside there. Russ and Beal right at the top. I mean, we talked about it in the offseason where a lot of people ended up being worried, saying like, hey, Russ is in there. You know that he's just a usage machine. He loves to have the ball in his hands. What's going to happen to Bradley Beal? Bradley Beal still has a higher usage rate than Russell Westbrook, right? So that you absolutely love to see that. Bradley Beal, it remains that offense. The thing with Russ is that his efficiency is so bad, but his volume is just second to none. Like this guy has no problem chucking up 25 shots a game. So even though he'll go 6 for 25, you know he's going to get to the free throw line a couple times. You know that with that there, he's good for like a 15-point triple-double likely on this slate, but at 9,900, the upside there, is he going to hit 5 times his price, which is ideally what you want out of your stud at the bare minimum. Hopefully he's pushing for 6, maybe even 7 in a case like James Harden on the main slate, which we'll get into. I prefer playing Andre Drummond. If you're really deciding between the two, I lean Drummond in his matchup, but definitely not gonna blame you for playing Russell Westbrook on the slate. Bradley Beal is going to be the forgotten about man. At 9,500, people are going to say, hey, $400 more. I can just go up to Russell Westbrook and, secure more rebounds, secure more assists. Bradley Beal's in a smash matchup going up against Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine does not play defense, like not for a single second on the entire court. So you could go a little 2-guard action and run a mini stack with Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, third stud being one of Domantas Sabonis or Andre Drummond, and build your core around that.
Love it. You love to see it. We also love seeing Drea, you won with Dame and Nurk. Well, Ghost did say
Oh,
he loved Dame last night. Not as much as Trey, but he loved Dame last night. And Gary, we got $150. Hell yeah, Gary.
there you go.
You'll love to
You
see
love
it.
to see it.
You'll love to see it. And Mark actually has a question. How long for betting picks? Well, when Ghost, when he has something in him, he's going to let you know. Don't worry. So we're going to go game by game, and we're going to give you the picks as they come in. So let's take this one away. Let us move. I want to just take everything and change it over to the main slate here for the NBA. Of course, it's going to now make me log in. Oh, geez. Ghostman, what are you doing tonight? Anything fun?
Nothing, unfortunately, just because here everything's locked down. The whole island's on lockdown. Even retail stores, restaurants, everything like that. We're not allowed to have people over. So I still asked the boys if they wanted to come over, see if they were willing to, but everyone's treading cautiously and rightfully so. I know my friends are being safe too, so that's why I wouldn't mind having them over at my place. But everyone's being careful. We're trying to do our part.
That's what you got to do. Stop the spread or something or other. Hopefully, this terrible. It's funny. We all say like, can't wait to get rid of 2020. I mean, nothing's really going to change for the first few months, but it's the hope. It's the expectation. It's just hope again. Hopeful that we get the hell out of here. Last question.
You gotta be optimistic.
Exactly. That's all we do is spread positivity over here at Win Daily. It's a mindset. Thad worth playing. I think that was from the first slate, right?
Yeah, 2 game slate for sure, 100%. You never Laurie marketing can. Obviously, you don't play guys saying like, oh, hey, this guy's going to get injured or this game's going to blow out, anything like that. You need to focus on the controllables. If that's not a word, then it's a word that I use often. So it is now. You need to focus on the controllable aspects of DFS and the controllables, if I could just simplify it like that. So you can't play guys saying like, hey, this guy's going to get injured or is injury prone. This game's going to blow out, anything like that. It's a recipe for disaster. But Lauri Markkanen's efficiency is something that he's extremely inconsistent in that front court. And with Wendell Carter Jr. getting exposed on the defensive end, Thad Young can come in and he's that veteran guy that could play on both ends of the court. And he's really cheap too, only 3,700 on DraftKings. That with everyone flocking to the Indiana chalk value that's there with some combination of the Holiday brothers and McDermott and whatnot, definitely worth sprinkling in some Thad Young.
I love it. So I'm about to bring up DraftKings for the main slate, but I thought this would be a perfect time to thank our sponsors, Manscaped. Support for Win Daily is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Ghost, have you got your Lawnmower 3.0 yet?
I did. Jason got it for me as a Christmas present. So thank you, Jay, for that. But yeah, I got it. It's amazing.
Isn't it? Tell me more about. I got Sticks to tell me about it last night, so you got to tell me. So
one thing I'll say, like, we'll actually go like full product coverage here. The box, first of all, the box, you already know it's a good product based on the box that it comes in. You already know it's an amazing product. It's just amazing. You can't make a mistake with it. That because it's the most dangerous thing. Like you're saying, like, oh my God, am I gonna make a mistake? And my shower is gonna be not in a good sight right now. So the thing doesn't allow you to make a mistake. It's an amazing product. I absolutely love it.
I'm glad you love it. I love it too. And we appreciate Manscaped for the support. Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer because people like us, Ghost, we were afraid, we were terrified, and now we have nothing to worry about. The engineering team spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created. And that's their 3rd generation trimmer featuring cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce those grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin safe technology. As Ghost was saying, it is premium. The box is nice. Everything that it comes in is beautiful. It's waterproof. You can use that bad boy in the shower. The battery lasts 90 minutes. I hope you don't need it. But if you do, you get 90 minutes with it. So enjoy it. It also gives you an LED light so you get to see every little nook and cranny up in there. And let's not forget charging stand. Put that bad boy out loud and proud. Let everyone know that you shave your balls with a Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. So you can get 20% off and free shipping with promo code WINDAILY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping. Promo code WINDAILY, manscaped.com. One last time for the people in the back. That's 20% off free shipping. Manscaped.com. Promo code WINDAILY. Your balls will thank you. So thanks for that, guys. It's always fun to get to do this. So let's look at that main slate a little bit. That's a fun one. This is going to be a lot of fun. So first game starts at 6:30, so it's a little earlier. Last night, I think we were 7:30. The night before that, we were 7. So NBA likes to do that a little bit, but we get a nice 5-gamer. So it allows you to plant your flag in a couple places, have fun with it. You can really enjoy it. Oh, wait, nope, sorry. We're back to the other slate. We love Drea, so we want to give her her due. So with those three, Beal, Levine, Drummond, should we keep the lineup more mid-range players or get one more stud and punt the rest of the lineup? Good
Punt
question.
the rest of the lineup. Because on a 2-game slate, you're not playing cash. Or if you are, I recommend that you don't. Because one simple mistake in your cash lineup, there's no coming back from that. It's not a 13-game slate where ownership is somewhat a bit more spread out. Like there's going to be so many lineup trains where it's basically you either have the same lineup train and you're actually losing money because so many people tie for last place. So if you put in $2, you're likely winning like $1, even though you cash because there's so many people with the same lineup. And then if you make one pivot and it's the wrong one, then you're dead in the water. So no cash on a 2-game slate. GBP all stars and scrubs today. Jam in a 4 stud in there.
Love it, Drea. Advice for DFS snake drafts. I would say check the model and literally just do the draft with the model in front of you. Again, windailysports.com/chat. 7 free days in the expert Discord chat, but you can go and hop and check out the model because we have the projected points. We have the projected value. You can pretty much just, as the thing goes, just follow right along, which is fantastic. All right. Keep the questions coming, people. This is literally our favorite part. So let's start with Philly and Orlando. We got Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons still on the Sixers. Weird. I didn't realize that was going to happen this late into the season. Joel Embiid gets a Q tag, though. So I feel like if he is actually out, that opens up crazy amounts of value. How you liking this one?
I think Embiid's gonna play. He should be good to go. They're being kind of cautious with him him already having missed 1 game, so he should be good to go. It's a marquee matchup. Him and Vooch going at one another. Those are always fun battles to watch out there in the East. Not too many marquee matchups from the East there, but Embiid versus Vooch is definitely one that I like to watch live, and it's always fun to see them going toe to toe. There's a ton of value to be had on this Orlando side with Aaron Gordon still likely on a minutes restriction and Terrence Ross being ruled out, or at least trending to out. We're kind of seeing some conflicting reports there. So make sure to keep up with the news. And if he does end up getting ruled out, you could look at guys like Dwayne Bacon or guys like Michael Carter-Williams. Not the sexiest of names, but again, on a 5-game slate, you have to get different. The thing that I love about both of these guys is that they're small forward eligible. This is typically a position where people like to go safe. They're going to pay up for guys like Brandon Ingram, and small forward is so thin on this slate that they're going to want the floor points, whereas I rather chase the ceiling of a punt play and it ends up letting me get in other studs that I want in my lineup. So both of these guys are small forward eligible. I don't know how MCW is small forward eligible, but hey,
yeah,
we'll take it.
Ridiculous.
We'll take it. Both these guys, if Ross is out, both these guys are likely to see 20 plus minutes. So look for the adjustments in the model, and it'll definitely reflect in there, and they'll likely skyrocket up the rankings. It wouldn't surprise me if Michael Carter-Williams is already up there, given how cheap he is, and he's been playing 20 minutes a game, so he's likely already to be up there. But then if Terrence Ross gets ruled out, Dwayne Bacon's likely going to skyrocket as well.
Love it. And just for everybody out there listening, we talk about this model all the time. So Ghost created an algorithm essentially. So on ESPN or Yahoo where it's like, oh, the projected points are X. Well, ESPN and Yahoo don't take everything into account. Literally, we take every single thing into account, and that is how we smash DFS slates. I actually use this for my season-long team as well. I just check. I look, okay, I have 2 people that are eligible as small forward. Who's going to okay, this guy's projected more. I'll use him because Ghost has been absolutely crushing it this year. So we have created a proprietary model. Nobody else has it. It's just ours. And we keep winning a lot of money. As we've already seen, a couple people in the chat won a bunch of money last night, and we love to see it. So happy New Year's, everybody, one last time. Anything else from this game outside of some potential value spots?
This game's going to be slow. Maybe if you are getting a little bit different, the next game is...
Sorry, yeah. Sixers by 3.5 on the road, over under 220. So yeah, I apologize. Thank you, guys.
It's going to be slow. So I'm targeting the very next game there. We don't have to wait too long to talk about it, but if you are getting different where you want to play Ben Simmons as one of your studs in your lineup, you definitely can't go wrong in this matchup against Markelle Fultz. That's for sure. Orlando's vulnerable at the guard position all the time, but they might switch on Evan Fournier onto him, and things get a bit dicey with this Orlando defensive rotation there. So it's a spot that I'm avoiding from studs. There's guys that I want to get from the very next game that I'd rather talk about, but can't go wrong with an under-owned Ben Simmons on any slate, especially at 9,200. He's a guy that could drop a triple-double at any given point.
Let me leave you with this on this game. Markel Fultz revenge game. All right, let's move on. Let us
Philly
move.
sucks, dude.
The Markel Fultz revenge
I
game.
hate
Let's
Philly
go.
sports. I hate Philly sports.
Me too, dude. They're the absolute worst. Anybody in the chat from Philadelphia, I'll say some mean things to you if you want. Believe me, I'll say some real mean things to you. You love this game. We have Sacramento. We have Houston. It's a new-ish Houston offense, so I think that's important. We know Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox is fast as shit. Tyrese Halliburton, right? Just as fast, if not faster. We love to see that. Houston, I'll be honest, I haven't watched any Houston games this year. Are they playing as fast as they normally do, or what's their pace of play this year so far?
Yeah, so make sure to go and check out the articles as well at winleaguesports.com. We kind of dive into a deep analytics analysis with every piece that we end up putting up and the reason for which we land on the games that we do before we land on the players that we do. So like I was explaining in prior shows as well, it's not only the players that matter, it's the game environment that they're in. So I said it yesterday, I said it the day before, you have like Atlanta, Brooklyn, you have two teams that, exactly like what you said, they play fast. And then you like to target teams that don't play defense. Those guys don't play defense. Pretty sure we said to smash that over.
Yeah, and I think we hit the over by like 50.
Was that a sweat? Yeah, I don't really think that was too much of a sweat.
So, that was insane, man.
Hitting over 280 points, like these are game environments that you need to target. Is it going to work out every single slate? No, NBA DFS is not going to work out every single slate, and that's exactly why you get to play every day. There's no tilting in the NBA because it stops at midnight. You go and you start focusing on the next slate because it goes right back. NFL, you have that 6-day waiting period, and you're like, oh my god, let me tilt. I'm going to play Monday night showdowns, and the NBA, it's brand new slates every single day. It's the best sport to play. So it's a recipe for success for me. This is the game on that slate, and it's the clear cut option. It's not like we're deciding between two or three. It's by far the best game with the best game environment. I'm playing James Harden. Obviously, if it's a day that ends in Y, I'm playing James Harden on the slate, especially in a matchup versus Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox plays fast, a certain point guard that used to play in Washington, pretty much like in the past decade was the creator of pushing the pace, and whoop-de-doo, now he's making his debut for the Houston Rockets.
Woo-hoo.
So you absolutely love to see that John Wall and Boogie Cousins are back in the lineup. Whether they're good DFS options or not, we're going to get into that in a couple minutes, but just from a fan perspective, I cannot wait to watch John Wall and Boogie Cousins back out there in the court. It's going to be a ton of fun to watch. So I'm locking in James Harden. I'm also locking in De'Aaron Fox on the other side. He is the Sacramento offense. Like this is a guy that he can score in bunches. He can dish the rock really well, and he is that. He's still a facilitator out there for this Kings offense. Marvin Bagley is doing his thing out there too. Another core piece for this Sacramento rotation as well. And then there's one guy. One GPP play on this slate coming in under 5% owned. I really hope you remember this because I'm gonna ask you. We did the preseason Rookie of the Year coverage. There was one guy in particular that I was really high on. You need to know because it's from this game. Who is it?
Do you want me to just put him in?
You got to put this guy in.
Got to put him in.
And then okay, so that was the easy part of part one question. Second part, I said there's going to be one of two things or maybe both that happen with this Kings team before the trade deadline. Do you remember what they were?
Does Buddy Hield getting traded and Luke Walton getting fired count?
Yes, that was the exact thing. So we said that one of two things, maybe even both, are going to happen before the trade deadline. Luke Walton hates Buddy Hield, so that he's going to get traded, or Luke Walton gets fired. I'm going to ask you to click on Tyrese Halliburton's name now, and we're going to look how many minutes this guy is playing.
Tyrese Halliburton is playing about 25 minutes a game, it looks like.
They lost a certain shooting guard that's now in Atlanta. This is the exact same thing that happened in prior years.
You'll love to see it.
Bogdanovich took over for Buddy Hield. He was creeping into the 20-plus range. Halliburton's playing 25-plus minutes a game now. And he's a guy that's going to break out on the slate.
Let's go.
I'm playing all the Tyrese Halliburton that I could get. This is a perfect matchup for him. If Buddy Hield's shot ends up dropping, the play could tank. That's the risk that you take. It's first or last. So, but Tyrese Halliburton on this slate is a very intriguing at 4,900. He's popping in the mall right now for one of the best values on the slate as well. And the offensive upside just in the game environment alone makes him not only playable, but a really high upside option when we're talking about this 5K range.
Yeah, looking at the model right now, he's in the top 10, it looks like, in terms of value. So
you love to see it. This is a guy that, again, whether he's coming off the bench and facing guys like Eric Gordon, Daniel House, Like any which one of these matchups, he'll be able to thrive. And then when he ends up playing alongside De'Aaron Fox, look out.
Look out. Oh man, this is going to be so much fun. This game's going to be
a fun game.
Before we get to a little bit more, Drea can't play Fultz. Drea, I was completely kidding.
Yeah.
I was kidding. Don't worry. It's the Markelle Fultz revenge game. Fade Orlando, Philly. Okay. Sounds like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, I made an early lineup there just to end up having a placeholder, and you could likely lock in one or both of MCW and Dwayne Bacon, depending on if T. Ross is out. But NBA lineups change up until lock and even past lock, right? So make sure to keep on that. But as of right now, yeah, that's a game that I'm completely on board with fading. It's not a problem at all.
Fantastic. Any other plays from this game? Seems like it's a fun one.
Yeah, I mentioned him quickly, and that's Marvin Bagley. Christian Wood doesn't play defense. Boogie Cousins doesn't play defense. PJ Tucker just goes out and runs for 37 minutes. So
shout out PJ Tucker.
The guy Marvin Bagley, like, not to make it sound like a Dr. Seuss rhyme there, but Marvin Bagley's been in his bag the first couple of games in this of the season, and he's consistent. He's a guy that the only issue with him is that he doesn't get enough minutes. This front court is surprisingly crowded, but not with elite talent like outside of Marvin Bagley. It's Hassan Whiteside, it's Rashawn Holmes, it's Bielitsa. It's like all these guys keep getting minutes, and Luke Walton can't figure it out. And they just need to give Bagley 30 plus minutes, but unfortunately it's not really there. But he's extremely efficient when he is on the court, and he's a fantasy point per minute machine, meaning that how many fantasy points does he get per minute that he's on the court? He's an absolute monster out there. So it only takes one game for him to get 30 plus minutes where he's going to get 30 plus points, and you're automatically at 6-7 times his price, and you're looking at some great value there in a matchup that he could really exploit. Christian Wood does not play defense, so it's always a spot that I will continue to target.
I love it. Kings are dogs. Houston is favored by 5.5. Over under sits at 231. Anything spice up your life there?
I'm taking the over in this game.
Taking the over. Let me write that bad boy down, because the last time you told me to smash it over, it worked pretty well. Houston over. Love it.
It's tight, but it's I like it.
I love it. Vertog is coming in. OKC plus 5.5. We're going to get that game in a minute. I might actually lean with that. I kind of like that. I think that one might be kind of fun. I thought you were going to say the only problem with Marvin Bagley is he is not Luka Doncic. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Might put up more points tonight than Luka did yesterday, though. I said Luka yesterday.
Luka didn't do so high yesterday. It's unfortunate. It happens. Every triple-double machine has an off night every once in a while. Let's move on. We have the Knicks. We have the Tampa Bay Raptors. Raptors favored by 9. Over under sits at 216. So that's no fun. And that's not even the lowest on the slate. So we'll see what happens there. But slow game, shitty team versus a decent team. How do you feel about this one?
There's a lot of these guys that are more playable on FanDuel. Pascal Siakam, Julius Randle right at the top are two that stick out to me. Julius Randle's been on an absolute tear to start the season.
He just had a triple-double, right?
Yeah, he's been going nuts, but I'm not comfortable paying $8,800 for Julius Randle. There's two guys in the next game that I want to talk about that for close to $1,000 cheaper than Julius Randle that you could get. The one thing about Julius Randle is that he'll be able to kind of lose Siakam on the defensive end. Like, Siakam's been struggling when Toronto runs like switches on D and stuff like that. So Nick Nurse's defensive system really prides on people being able to switch and people guarding multiple positions. And Pascal Siakam is just one of those guys that often ends up losing his assignment. So Randle might be able to take advantage there. And obviously we know that Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka ended up leaving in the offseason. So there is room for them to dominate the paint. But it puts me more on Mitch Robinson. The main concern with Mitch Robinson is that he gets into foul trouble a ton. But in this matchup going up against Aaron Baines and possibly Chris Boucher or whoever else they throw out the five, he should be able to man the paint fairly easily there. If he gets into foul trouble, that's purely on him. It's not because he's facing a bigger guy. Mm-hmm. It's not because he might get bullied in the paint on either the offensive end or the defensive end. It's purely just going to be him playing reckless. So I'm banking on him actually having a head on his shoulders tonight and really doing work out there in the paint. So my pivot to Julius Randle is going to be Mitch Rob, but on FanDuel, Julius Randle is really cheap. Pascal Siakam too. He's 7,400 on FanDuel. That at a very thin power forward position. RJ Barrett going to Toronto. Obviously, you love to see that. Mm-hmm. It's a nice little homecoming there for him.
I mean, he's going to Tampa Bay, so
he's going to Toronto. Like,
okay.
It's going like it's a home game for Toronto. It's fine. We'll count it, even though it's a different country. It's fine. It counts.
It counts.
RJ Barrett going to Toronto, like he's been thriving. Both him and Alfred Payton are having some steady games, if I could say so. But again, tough matchup for both these guys, facing Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry on the defensive end. Like they're gonna need a good game from Alfred Payton. I lean Alfred Payton in this matchup, but Lowry's an absolute bulldog on the defensive end there. So my main Knicks exposure is going to be Mitch Robb in the paint, Julius Randle a ton on FanDuel as well, with Siakam run the 1-2 over there. And definitely staying away from the value plays in this game. Knicks value is just ugly, and Nick Nurse would run his starters the entire game if he could, but he only takes them off for like 30-second bursts at a time. So always thin rotations for Toronto. I rarely play Toronto bench players.
And it makes sense. I guess the only thing stopping Obi Toppin is injury. That's just a drag. That is such a drag, Ghost Man. Let's move on. We have the Pelicans. We have the Thunder. Pelicans 5.5-point dogs at home. Over-under sits at 215.5 in this one. Yikes. Pelicans just got blown out the other night, if I'm not mistaken, right? I don't even know who that was by. Not great. Not great. Not great. Oh, hey. Happy birthday? Is that what I'm supposed to say? I don't know.
You're supposed to say you love to see it.
Oh, I do love to see it.
Next comment.
Siakam, I don't know. I'm sorry. Ghost, do you speak?
Obviously, I speak French. I'm from Montreal.
Okay.
You want me to speak French on the show?
Can you actually say it? What does that say?
Yeah, of course. Siakam, son PRP, on passe, or over or under. He's asking the points, rebounds, assists. Are you going over or under?
Okay.
That's what he's asking.
Wow, that was awesome.
To see what it is. I'll actually answer in French for this person.
Yeah.
A little bit. Faut que je vois si c'est à quoi, mais disons que si c'est environ 40 pour PRP, there's good value there, depending. Like if it's around 40 for Siakam, I haven't checked player props just yet for the main slate because obviously things change. Like to keep the props as close as possible to the show, and given that it's New Year's Eve, typically we're only an hour before, but now that it's New Year's Eve, cutting ourselves a bit of slack here and ended up doing it 5 hours early. So, faudrait que je vois c'est rendu à quoi, mais si, disons que c'est environ 40, ça peut se faire.
God, that was... French is so sexy, dude. French is so sexy. Let me just check the points, rebounds, assists. Rocker, did you hear that? Did that just like... Oh, man. It did it to me. I don't know. Let's see. Pascal Siakam, 30.5. So, kind of low.
Yeah.
Kind of low.
Points PRA?
Yeah, 30.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking the over? Yeah. Love it.
On over.
Brilliant, buddy. Love it. Hell yeah. Love it. Fucking hot, Ghost. Let's go, Trey. Let's go. Oh, you'll love to see it. So please, anybody else, you got French in you, come on, give it to us. I feel like
I can tell that's this is French from France too, because especially in Quebec, and it's 100% accurate. People that are from France, they end up making fun of our French because it's absolutely terrible.
Oh, really?
Compared to theirs, theirs is 100 times better, obviously, and ours is more slang. So tried to keep it as nice as possible. I can tell it's from French because saying wash frérot, it's that's straight from France. So you'll have to see it.
What is so it's PRP instead of PRA. How do you say assist in French?
Les passes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, we tried hard with that one, guys. Great job, America. We really really crushed it there. That was fun. So happy New Year's, everyone. We still got 2 games though. OKC, New Orleans. Gentleman in the chat before, Verdi Dog. What's up? Has OKC plus 5.5. I kind of like that. OKC, interesting play. We'll see. I'm gonna wait a little later to put that bet in just in case things happen. But how do you feel about this game? You were talking about some value plays before.
Yeah, when before I get into the value plays, you need to consider when playing Julius Randle, is it really worth it to end up swapping to him versus one of Brandon Ingram or Zion? Like who's gonna guard these guys?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go on a 45-minute rant about Kevin Durant as I did yesterday. They're not in the same league, and obviously I love that matchup against John Collins. And you saw when I texted you last play, John.
Yep, that was awesome.
John Collins foul number 5, Kevin Durant draws foul. So I was just taking screenshots like that just to bust your balls a little bit, and it was really funny to end up seeing those updates on my phone, but not exactly the same kind of spot for both of these guys. They're not the same offensive players as Kevin Durant is, obviously, but it's the same kind of situation where it's like, who's going to guard these guys? Who's going to guard Zion in the paint? Al Horford, Mike Muscala off the bench. It's not. It's just not doable for this OKC team. They're in full tank mode. They're trying to potentially trade Al Horford and George Hill too on top of that for more first round picks, because we know Sam Presti just doesn't have enough until he has every single one for the next like 6 drafts. So for him, he's going to keep continuing that. But these guys also get solid minutes because of that. So when we're talking about value plays that go with Zion and Ingram, or maybe one of the two, you could look at a guy like George Hill. He's still underpriced at 4,700. Is he that guy that's going to play 36 minutes? No, absolutely not. He's old. Give the guy a break. His knees hurt after playing too many minutes in a row. Like, give the guy a break. But he's so efficient out there, and he's going up against Zoe. Like Zoe is not exactly the elite perimeter defender that George Hill has made other people look like, and he makes them look foolish at times. So he's still that savvy veteran that's out there, and he makes simple passes, and he's really efficient from the field. Is he going to be that Westbrook guy, 36 minutes, chalking up 25 shots? No, absolutely not. But I guarantee you that there's a real possibility that George Hill can legit make the same amount of field goals that Russell Westbrook does, because Russ goes 6 for 26, George Hill goes 6 for 10. Like that's just what George Hill is, right? It's very simple shots, quick layup drives. He's good in transition. He gets the job done. So at only 4,700, he's one of the safer value plays on the slate. And then when we're looking at the studs from this game, for me, it's one of, if not both, Zion and Ingram. Especially coming off that blowout loss to the Suns, who we did take the over winning percentage, and we're only a couple games into the season, but it is already looking good. You'll love to see that. So you love the hot starts, of course. This is a game that they're going to be mad, and it's a game where there's going to be nobody on the other side to end up slowing them down. So definitely a marquee matchup for me to end up targeting one of Brandon Ingram or Zion over Julius Randle. But again, with Randle being more expensive, that's where the GBP play comes into consideration. So follow up with some updates in Discord as well. Same thing on FanDuel. Zion's cheap. Zion's more expensive than Julius Randle, so people are likely going to flock to Julius Randle. You could go up $300 on FanDuel to get to Zion.
Love it. And yesterday, I just thought of this. Hop into the Discord chat, please, people. Listen to Ghost, WinDailySports.com/chat. 7 free days. You get the expert Discord chat, $150 for 7 months. We give you all the plays. Literally, Ghost sent me screenshots last night and said, I only play what I talk about. And Ghost won a bunch of money yesterday, people. Ghost won a bunch of money yesterday. You'll love to see that. So I guess this is actually a pretty good question. Zion or Ingram? Which one do you prefer?
I'm playing. As of right now, again, things change. It's 5 hours to lock there. I never build a lineup other than a dummy lineup with just $3,000 guys in it, just to say that I have my placeholders in there. As of right now, it's still really early, 5 hours before lock. But if the slate were to start in 3 minutes at 1:45 Eastern, I would say Ingram over Zion.
Ingram over Zion. Both Duke boys, so I'm 100% for it. Whatever.
You love to see it.
You'll love to see it. But again, WinDailySports.com/chat. I saw somebody yesterday. Just listen. I saw somebody, I can't remember where it was. I think it was some random guy in the chat. He's like, oh, TLC killed me. And I was just thinking, well, if you paid attention, Ghost said, don't play TLC, because what did he do? He literally did nothing. He did nothing because you looked at the box score. He played a bunch of minutes because KD and Kyrie were out. Both of them come back. All of his minutes are going to be gone. So you wasted your money just like everybody else that played him did. So you hate to see it, but just keep listening. We'll get you better. We promise. You signed up, Gare. Already won money. Look at that. Bang. Mike Breen. Bang. Let's go. All right. Last game of the slate, Phoenix and Utah. We have the the Jazz favored by 4 at home. Over under sits at 219.5. What do you like from this game, Ghost Man?
Rudy Gobert is going to be in his bag in this matchup. Like this is a dream matchup for a guy like that.
DeAndre Ayton doesn't play defense, you mean? What? What?
Oh my goodness! If you watch a full Phoenix Suns game and you watch DeAndre Ayton on it, just watch. Obviously people love to watch the transition and they love the LeBron James, the AD lobs and this and that. Just watch a couple possession of DeAndre Ayton on defense. It is, oh my goodness! You're gonna need a drink or maybe even 6 after you watch this guy play a couple possessions on defense. It's really ugly to see. So Rudy Gobert, such a low usage rate, but he's quietly averaging 17 points per game. So and again, it's because of their guard tandem and the trio that they make with Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and Jordan Clarkson will definitely soak up the usage. Bogdan's going to be taking shots before Gobert is. But so many of Rudy's baskets are just putbacks, or they grabs the offensive bound and he taps it in. Like that's all you need from Rudy Gobert. At 7,500, I'm expecting a nice, I would say 15 and 15 game from Rudy, couple blocks in there. He's by far the safest option, but he also has a really high upside at this price. This is a guy that could legitimately go for 45 plus DraftKings points tonight. I absolutely love the spot for him against DeAndre Ayton. He just doesn't play D. So while it's always fun to play Donovan Mitchell and Jordan Clarkson, it is a fan favorite at Win Daily. Definitely not fun to play Mike Conley. You don't wake up and say, "Oh my God, yes, I get to lock in Mike Conley."
Can't wait.
So you definitely don't wake up and say, "Oh my God, it's Mike Conley day." So if you want to go back to him, I'm cool with it. It's just don't expect what he did the other night, and people saw. Like I was shocked. If you told me on that slate that the winning like $1 million lineup on FanDuel would be the duo of Killian Hayes and Mike Conley when we had all those stud point guards on the slate, that's NBA DFS, man. So
love to see it.
Don't necessarily expect a replica of what he did on that day, but at 6,700 going up against Chris Paul, you have two savvy veterans going up against one another. So that's always fun to see too. Looking down at some value, Jay Crowder's getting involved on the offense as well, but that front court is still a little bit crowded. Cam Johnson is somebody that coming off the wing for Mikal Bridges. He's very streaky. He's a guy that you need him to score typically, not somebody that when I'm looking at value plays, I don't play guys like this a bit. It's just an example there, like ignore price because Colin Sexton will never be in that price range. But a guy like Colin Sexton, you know that he's going to drop 25, 2 and 2. Like you don't play value play in Colin Sexton if he was $4,500, let's say, because he's going to get a bunch of rebounds, he's going to get a bunch of assists. Like this is a guy that's so scoring dependent, and same kind of thing with Cam Johnson out there. So you have to be careful with that, but you're going to be starting for value on a slate like this. If you have George Hill at 4,700, very same price, or you have Cam Johnson, these are two guys that I'd be looking at the very same price.
Love it. We actually got a question about the model. No Sacramento projections. I'm in the model right now and I see Sacramento projections. So maybe hit someone up in Discord or maybe mess with the toggle up top to make sure that it says
it might be on early on.
Yeah, it might have Showdown or one of those. So just make sure that you toggle down to classic. Let me just check on FanDuel as well. But I just want to make sure. Yeah, no, I see Sacramento projections in here. So definitely go check that out one more time. Where am I? Yeah, thoughts on Roby?
When you go to the top, you're going to be able to see that what kind of slate it says. So the reason that we break it down per slate is that it's easier for you guys to end up building your lineups, because if all we had were the main slates, but you're building for the after hours slates, like I haven't checked again today, but let's say there's a slate where it's just New Orleans, OKC, and Phoenix, Utah. We don't want you guys having to go through Sacramento, Houston projections, and Philly, Orlando. So we end up dividing it by slate, so it's easier for you guys to build. So just check out the menu on the top. You'll be able to select the slate that you would like, and then the provider as well, FanDuel or DraftKings.
Love it. Thoughts on Roby?
Hard pass. That's hard. Again, he's the TLC kind of game script of yesterday. He could start. He could play 36 minutes. I don't care. I wouldn't play this guy. And I know he won't start. I know he won't play 36 minutes. Just saying it as an example. He got a ton of minutes because Al Horford was out last game. Al Horford is a virtual lock to come back this game, and I'm not targeting OKC players at all, really outside of George Hill. But yeah, that it's a hard pass for me on Roby. Hard
pass. So thank you all. Thank you to Ghost. Thank you to our sponsors over at Manscaped. We appreciate them. Ghost spoke French today. That was pretty cool. I assumed you knew French because you're in Canada. And here there's good fishing up in Quebec, so that's always nice too. But Ghost Man, where can everyone find you on the internet?
On Twitter at DFS_Ghost, and of course in the Win Daily Discord chat. Have a couple of things to finish for work first. I know Rocker's watching because
he wants to win money. He doesn't care.
He's the biggest beauty out there, so I know he's watching right now. Got a couple things to finish for work first, and then I'll hop in later. That's for sure.
You'll love to see it. WinDailySports.com/chat. You get 7 free days in that expert Discord chat. It's just an instant messenger chat where we talk about sports and help you win a bunch of money. Last day of our $150 offer. The entire NBA season, 7 months. You get it all. You get it all. $150. The model mostly is the thing that has been killing it. So we love to see that as well. You can follow me at Michael1. You can follow us at Win Daily Sports. Gary coming in. Do we get your DK locks yet? No. We need to wait till like an hour before the lock, buddy. We can't do that yet. Main slate or that early game slate, just go crazy. It's a 2-gamer. What the hell? For that main slate, though, we do have 3 articles up currently, all going over the main slate. All of them are still free. Gary, I know you paid for it, so you should be good, but make sure to hop in that Discord. Make sure to share your lineups. Make sure to ask questions. Make sure to have the conversation. That's what we're here to do. So we appreciate each and every one of you. WinDailySports.com/chat. One last time. Thank you again. Manscaped.com, promo code WinDaily, 20% off, free shipping. It's a new year. Have a new you. Shave your balls, people. We love to see that. Other than that, for Ghost, for the chat, for myself, for the Win Daily Sports crew, we all hope you make it a very profitable New Year's Eve in the NBA.